Thomas, lovely to see you, and as Ian was saying, endorsing it, actually see people in person as well. That's really nice as well, but thank you for your time. Thomas, can I start off with, first of all, what have been the challenges for you? Given the inevitable disappointment of getting so close last season, how do you avoid any sort of fallover into the beginning of this campaign?
I think in life you can never be sure of anything. One thing I'm very aware of is that this is a new season. Last season is history. We can't dwell too much on that. What we can affect is today, and then after that is tomorrow. So I think it's very important that we do everything we can to perform in the now, and the next day we need to perform again. So that's what I say to the players. We can't use too much time or energy on what happened in the past. We need to move forward. It's like when things happen in football and life. Maybe some of your very close one in a family dies, or all that, but life just go forward. So you can't just sit down and be too sad. You need to move forward. So we move forward, and I have a group of players that train with big energy and enthusiasm. That was difficult to say today, and you have to have that fire in the eyes. So we're looking forward to tomorrow.
Can I ask you just sort of the sale of Ollie Watkins now, which I suppose it's the ultimate compliment to your last season, but it was also inevitable, I suppose, in a way. But going forward for you is, how can that help you? How can the sale of Ollie Watkins, you're losing a player, but you're getting the money that you've got. How can that help you?
No, I think it's everybody knows that we have a clear strategy in how we run the club. We want to progress a little bit every year as a club and as a team, but we also know that we are very good on the transfer market and good to develop players. We shown that year in, year out, the last at least 3 or 4 years, and I think we only showed it even more obviously the last couple of years. I need to praise all the staffs at Jersey Road who've done a top job to develop Ollie Watkins into a top striker, and we are all very proud of what we have achieved with selling him, and it's a record sale, I heard, in the championship, which is another statement from our club. But we all know when we do things like that, higher expectations, and we need to do it again. But that's some of the drivers we have in us to just improve.
The problem is, people look at you. People are looking at all your other players as well. What is the likelihood, say, of Benrahma, David Raya still being at the club come the end of the transfer window? Are you in a position to say, come on, no, stay with the vision we've got here, or, as you just said there, maybe look at a wider picture, and if the price is right, I know you've used that phrase before, they will be sold?
No doubt that Matthew Benham, Phil Giles, Rasmus Angersen and I, this is the good thing, we take the decision together. I said 1 week ago that if the price is right for Ollie Watkins or say Benrahma, we're open, because that's the way the football works. The rest are not for sale.
David Raya not for sale?
I would like to repeat myself. If the price is right for Ollie Watkins and say Benrahma, then they are for sale. The rest are not for sale.
Can I just ask you as well, I know you're not starting the league campaign here, you are away, but what has it been like? You've had a couple of games now with the pre-season game and then the cup game now against Wickham. What is it like?
It's fantastic. It is that wow feeling when you go out there. I think the facilities, the surroundings, the pitch is unbelievable, and I'm 100% sure that will help us improve and grow as a club going forward. We needed that. We moved away from our lovely home where we had so many memories, Griffin Park, but we just moved into a brand new home where we know we will create new fantastic memories going forward. So can't wait to get started with the league here in the new stadium, but more important when the fans hopefully soon can be allowed to come back in.
Yeah, you've actually preempted my final question, Thomas. Just how important is it to get the fans back? Because I've spoken to somebody else about this. There are two costs. There's a human cost and there's a financial cost. Just how imperative is it that you can get fans back safely? Because obviously there's been a delay. Many clubs are concerned of just 1,000 people, just not enough to make any money.
Of course, the financial part of it, of course, that's important. Of course, we know we are in a world pandemic, so we know that's extremely important that we are cautious and follow the restriction from the government. So, but as soon as it's possible, we will love them in there for the finances, but more because that was football. That's what it's become. It's the fans. The most important thing in the week, more or less, and football have everything, all emotions. So we're looking forward to hopefully celebrate with them and at least fight together with them.
Thomas, last season was so good. I know the very end was disappointing, but it was so good. How worried are you going into day one you won't be able to repeat that?
I think every season is a new season. Last season is history, and now we need to create a new history. So we're very aware that this is going to be another tough season in the Championship. We all in this room that know that this league is the most competitive league in the world. And if you did something well last year, to repeat that or do that better, you need to be unbelievable good. The only thing we are focusing on is us. What can we do? How can we perform? How can we do everything to perform tomorrow and try to get the first win? We know we are in a league where there is strong competitors. We know the three teams relegated from the Prem: Norwich, Watford, Bournemouth. I think Norwich and Watford more or less the same squad. They have been in the champ before the Championship. That they know how to get out of it. Bournemouth maybe sold a few, but they also been relatively recently in the Championship. Stoke been strong on the transfer market. Big club. Cardiff, Swansea went to the playoffs last year. Nottingham Forest been big on the transfer market. This is going to be a very new, exciting season in the Championship.
You are an infectious character. You are so enthusiastic. I refuse to believe you ever see the negative in anything. And as you rightly say about the transfers, that it's worked every time pretty much for Brentford. But that's 2 years in a row now you've sold your key goal scorer, Neil Maupay, and you stepped up Ollie Watkins and he performed for you. Now you sold him. It's massive money that's come into the club. At what stage as a manager do you just wish you could have held on to them so that maybe you were given a bit more of a chance without having to show your incredible coaching skills?
I think I look at it differently, actually. I think that's the way it is. That's the strategy I bought into when I signed my contract. And that's what I believe I'm pretty good at. And what a hat-trick would be to make another 25 goal scorer. So that's the ambition or the drive that get me out of the bed, for example. Not only that, but to develop players. It's not going to be Antonio going to develop. We have a young Marcus Forss. We have Halil Devisoklu. So I just get excited by developing players. But of course, in the big picture of creating a team that can win football matches, because that's number one. I'm looking forward to the new challenge. I think the good thing is that it's not 10 new players. It's less, but it still need time to get it clicking with the way we want to do things. So when people are coming to our club, of course, I'm not saying we're doing it, it's still football, of course, but maybe the intensity is different, higher. Maybe the details are bigger, or maybe it's different positions. And that understanding of each other, of course, take some time.
I know you said only that Benrahma, if the price was right, could leave. So David Reyes stays, Ethan Pinnock, Rico Henry, Christian Norgard, I know, signed a new deal, Josh De Silva, they're all staying. How do you think they're going to feel kicking off tomorrow at Birmingham? And I remember asking you ahead of Wembley about your team talk. Is your team talk more important tomorrow to the players than it was even at Wembley?
Yeah, that's a good question. Of course, you always believe that you can, push them or motivate them or, add that few extra percentages in extra energy or motivation or inspiration or something like that. But I believe in that we create a team of players that want to push each other, and no matter what I say, they'll be ready to do their very best for the shirt and go out there and win. But I know it's a part of it that I need to stand up and say some magical words. But I think the strongest teams are those where you created that togetherness and that I lost that word, where you just know they just perform together because they know what they have to do.
And last one from me, it would have been very easy today to have done this as we have for the last 6 months, just by virtual media. Me sitting in my living room, you sitting in Jersey Road. But you're obviously a very sort of tactile person. You like to be around the people you're seeing, you're speaking to. I guess that means that getting the fans back here at the new ground is a real priority for you. To that end, did your heart sink a little bit this week when some more restrictions were kind of added to our daily lives?
Yeah, I think it's two different things. Yes, of course, it sank just a little bit with the new restrictions. I totally understand the English government or UK government, as I understand the other governments around the world that need to take difficult decisions to make sure we get safe through this world pandemic. But of course, we all wanted to go back to complete normality. And on the way to that, I hope that we hopefully can open up for getting fans in this new stadium. I think that will, for a lot of people, live their lives more. There'll be a little bit more to look forward to. But of course, it needs to be in a safe environment.